Hey friends, it's great to connect with you on this final module for our YF722B course. By the time you get to this module, you'll have done your work with regards to your reading and everything else, and the discussions that you've had, which is great. And all that's really left is your annotated bibliography. You'll notice what I have in the canvas here. You've read another 1,800 pages. With some great texts that were a little heavier than perhaps some of them that we read in the previous quarter, but nonetheless important, especially as we think about this idea of practical theology and what it means to do practical theology, what it means to embody practical theology, how practical theology is expressed. And I hope that this is more than rote for you. I hope that it is inspired as you've read these texts, ways that you can bring practical theology to bear on your context. And I think this will be really, really important, not only for this paper that you're going to write in the winter quarter, but also as you think about your final project. So for now, though, I think what's really great and what I love about our course is that I'm trying to help you get most of your work done before we really step into Advent. The discussion posts and everything are done before American Thanksgiving. As we move into, after that, into late November, early December, we're going to hit Advent. And then I just need you to finish up the annotated bibliography. And then I want you to be able to just put this stuff down and focus on your communities in this really, really holy season. And I hope that you just have permission to do that. And there's something really refreshing about that. You've worked hard. We've done a lot of work together, and there's nothing wrong with sort of giving yourself a sense of rest and a break. Now, there's some of you that are like, yeah, but like winter is coming. And to you, I would say, you're right. And so for some of you that want to anticipate, you get a little anxious about what's turning the corner after the new year, and we kind of have the January freak out where we're like, oh my gosh, it's the winter quarter and I have to really write a major paper. Let me just calm you and tell you this. Maybe one of the things that you can do in between ministry and celebrating and relaxing, which I hope you do all those things, is you just take some time to reflect on the text that you've been reading over the last couple quarters. Reflect on our intensive that we had in the fall. Reflect on the conversations that you've had with your colleagues, and just start to think about this idea of like what's moved me. What questions have emerged? What's something that I kind of want to lean into and explore a bit more? Those are the questions that I think are going to fuel your paper topic and all that comes with that. Now, the great news is that when we come January and I open up the new class, like I'm going to scaffold this along the way. I'm not going to just have like hey, drop this paper in and, see you in 3 months or anything like that. I'm going to have you think about your thesis statement. I'm going to have you think about your outline. I'm going to have you think about your resources. Like all these things are sort of building and helping you know how to construct a good, solid, larger paper than perhaps you've done in a while or ever, and I want to help you with that. So you don't have to freak out about it, but there's one thing I just can't do for you. I can give you all the scaffolding. I can't tell you what to write. I can't tell you what to be passionate about. I can't tell you what questions are haunting you, right? That has to come from you, and actually I think it requires a bit of reflection and focus. And it's quite frankly sort of a spiritual discipline. So if you can give yourself time to do that at some point before January hits, I think it would be advantageous to you. But most of all, I want you to be able to celebrate the hard work that you've done and to be able to really take some time to focus on your ministry and your family and yourself as well. So you'll see all the information here. There's not much, just where you need to put your annotated bibliography, and we'll wrap up this quarter and we will celebrate that, and then we will move forward. I just want to say on a personal note that I've just really, really enjoyed our cohort. There was something quite magical about our time together. And I think that didn't happen because I put a good schedule together. I think it happened because you all showed up. And you probably do that with a lot of people, but you did it with each other, and you did it with me. And I think that says a lot about you. And I think it says a lot about the work that you're doing. And it says, and it reminds me of how important this cohort is, and why I'm so committed to it, and why Andy and I are committed to all of you. So thank you for sharing in this journey. Thanks for being a part of the cohort. Thanks for inviting each other in, inviting me in, and I hope that we can continue to cheer you along the way. So my friends, may you finish well. May Advent be a place of wonder and anticipation for you. May your studies and your ministry and your life and your work find this beautiful weave of harmony and mutual informing that inspires you. And may it remind you of what you've been called to, lovingly, passionately, intentionally, and specifically by the Spirit. May you know God's grace and peace.